It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hi, guys. Welcome back and happy Thursday. Guys, I want to start off by saying thank you so much for all of the well wishes last night for Hurricane Nicole. She came, she left, I woke up, she was in my bed, and then she was gone in the morning. No, but seriously, thank you. I received so many DMs, and I appreciate the hell out of you. We didn't get that much devastation over here, just more so flooding. So I'm sending all of the well wishes, prayers, and positive vibes to everybody else in South Florida or wherever else Nicole goes to wreak her havoc. Now, with that, we have a very special guest today. You guys know him, Kim Pyre, to join us to recap the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, because I was like, I need somebody to talk about this with. I'm not necessarily loving this season so far, and I hate that because I love these ladies. So go ahead, comment in the live chat. Let us know what you would give this episode. Don't forget to smash that like button. I don't know where my head is today, but let's welcome Kim Pyre.
Hey,
Good morning.
I am a terrible human being. I had no idea that there was a hurricane coming to Florida, and I have family that lives in Florida. You guys live in Florida. I apologize.
Did you not know?
No idea.
So, okay, just fun fact, I didn't know until 2 days ago, and it's been looming out there. And then yesterday, Jason was like, I hope the power doesn't go out, because we had an interview yesterday. And I was like, why would the power go out? And he's like, there's a hurricane. And I was like, oh my God, I'm getting stressed out here. I didn't know.
Well, I'm glad you guys are safe.
Yes.
I apologize for not reaching out.
Oh my God, no, it's okay. It's okay. Hurricane.
I really had no idea.
True Floridians, like after the pandemic and stuff, you know, there were so many people who moved here from all over the country because things were open, right?
Yeah.
And those people really go into a panic because they're not used to a hurricane. Whereas like these Florida assholes, like some of these people that live here, they go surf the surge and like they're out there in their kayaks in the middle of the road, and you see sharks swimming through like the highway. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell is happening,
Florida.
but it's yes. Every time I tell people, they're like, that's just Florida. And I'm like, if it's a shark in the road or if it's like people beating each other up in Walmart, people just say, that's just Florida. And I'm like, I guess that's where we live.
All weird stories come out from Florida. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's in the water. Don't drink the water. Drink filtered water.
Yeah, filtered water. What? Yes. But Kim Pyre, I'm going to start with you because I see a couple really bad ratings in here. What did you think about last night's episode?
Well, the season's been rough, and we've talked about this. The season has been rough. This episode for me, and I literally rewatched it this morning before we were here. I probably would rate this episode. Oh my God, I'm probably being generous by giving it a 6.5.
I mean, I think. I'm actually really concerned. Before we get into like some of these storylines are such BS and bogus, but I'm concerned with Jen not coming back next season.
Ooh.
I'm like, I don't know if you guys have a show.
No. Look, Mary Cosby wasn't even there a lot, and people feel the absence. So now can you imagine getting rid of Jen Shah?
No. Unless they can talk Mary Cosby into coming back. But the thing is like when you're in Mary's position, she has her church, she has money.
Does she?
Does she not?
Because remember, wasn't it all like closed down, signs down?
Oh, they were doing renovations. There was something. Yeah.
Oh,
I talked to her.
It's open?
I guess it's open. I talked to her stepdad about this because there was something with the way that the land underneath the church shifted. So they had to get something. I don't know if it's called retrofitting or something.
The land shifted.
The way the land shifted underneath the church that is not a cult. You heard it here. I said that. So if you guys call it a cult, don't come sue me. Okay? That's all. But if they could talk
about cult stuff, I don't know why. Maybe I need to go see a doctor.
Are you forgetting a lot of things?
Not really, but
you don't even drink.
I remembered.
You just drink water
and a little coffee this morning.
The hell are you forgetting? There's no reason, Kim Pyre.
I don't know what's going on. It's all right though.
Okay. I mean, if they can get Mary Cosby to come back, I think they can save the show. I have a few relationships with some of these women, and I think that they're great. It doesn't necessarily, and I don't want to just shit all over the show, but it doesn't mean that we have a great show. And I'm watching it, and even like Jen's outbursts and calling people out, I'm going to miss those moments because Lisa Barlow, I'm like, okay, Whitney.
Yeah. She can't carry the show. They can't carry the show.
They can't carry the show. And then we have this new Angie K woman who I don't even know, but she's trying so hard. The newbies are trying so hard that it's just like, I understand why they didn't get full-time snowflakes.
Yeah. Poor Angie. She kept on posting like this was going to be the episode. This was going to be the episode that she was going to be on. And then we finally get her speaking in this episode. And I'm just like, this is awkward. And then when Jen told her to shut up, I was like, oh, what? And she shut up?
No, that was her moment. Murray, thank you so much. Stay safe, Adam. I appreciate you. I hope your tractor parade went amazing, by the way. Yes, Kempire all over the United States. We have some different festivities going on. The ratings are so low, guys. This is terrible. But yes, I completely agree. This was her moment. And you guys know, I talked to Jen. I have, after the interview, we keep up with each other. And just even in this moment, I think Jen would have appreciated like pushback from Angie. Like, had Angie have been like, you shut up, like, you didn't talk to me like that. I'm a grown ass woman. That would have been a moment where it would have been like, oh shit.
I mean, a good housewife can understand that. Look at Nene and Kenya. They understand, even though they don't like each other, they understand what it means to make a show. Some of these ladies don't understand that.
Yeah, I agree. And in this moment, oh God, super pixelated, very pixelated. Jen was seen calling out Angie because of this awkward thing that went on with her husband. Her husband created this Finstagram, this fake Instagram account, which I think as a grown ass man, he's trying to throw it out there like, I was trying to defend my wife. And she's like selling it to us like, I was under so much media scrutiny. And I just wanted to DM her and be like, girl, put yourself on YouTube. Because you'll get a lot more than just like 3 or 4 DMs or comments on your, Instagram profile that says how much that they don't like you. Trust me, just go on YouTube. But when we're watching this, I really kind of agreed with Angie K, even though I'm not loving her so far. Yeah. I agreed with her when she said, you and your husband, your actions represent each other. And I feel that because Jason is the first person to put me in check all the time. We pass things off on each other. If I'm in like a heated situation or like not very happy about something and I'm very reactive, Jason's like, no, bitch, give me your phone. Woosah, go take a walk. You're not doing that. He's like, because I'm not going to look like an asshole because you're an asshole. And I'm like, oh,
damn, it's more about him.
Yeah, well, but it's true. And sometimes even he'll, want to defend me. And I'm like, no, don't tweet. So I think it's true. It's like when you go from one some to one two some, then you represent each other, No,
I don't know, but eventually I will. Eventually I will. And I do feel like in that moment, Angie, which one? Angie H, she showed no ownership. But I love that Angie K, I can't keep up. Lord, can we call them something else?
Freaking fraud.
You said that, well, literally, you are liking this post like 2 seconds later. So she's not innocent here. And I'm kind of tired of Angie H. I really am at this point. She's so thirsty.
Can I just say really quick too, I love calling out the hypocrisy of a Real Housewives show. By the way, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. But we have a lot of hypocrisy in this episode too, because before we get into the fact that Whitney sat down with Heather and she's like, you didn't even ask me when Justin got fired and you didn't reach out. And I'm like, Heather, you should have reached out. But Heather's like, I didn't know. It's like, okay, well, Whitney, you're calling her out for not knowing. However, you didn't know that her husband created a Finsta account when you guys are on, and I know this for a fact, you guys are on a group thread where the Finsta account was talked about.
Ooh, not you dropping tea.
I mean, it's not even, this is like most casts are on sort of a group thread, and sometimes their groups are divided, like we saw in Beverly Hills where Garcelle was like, I wasn't on that one. But it's like, you also knew. And she's like, I feel really dumb and I want to pull my hat over my face because we're wearing matching outfits. Well, the whole matching outfits thing was stupid to begin with.
Yes, it was. And their performance was pretty stupid. Sidebar. Are you a part of a group chat? I'm not a part of any. I don't want to be a part of a group. No, I am part of a little mini group chat, but they only send text every once in a blue. That would annoy the hell out of me.
No, I'm a part of one group chat because this weekend we have a wedding to go to. So I'm just like on standby, needing to know if I need to go to Costco to pick shit up. Oh. So I'm on a group chat for that. And then Jason and I took ourselves, we were on this like sort of group chat on Instagram where it was us and 3 other people. And Jason removed himself because he was weeding through his DMs and kind of deleting and okay, I don't need this. And he's very organized. I'm bad about that. I just like keep them all there. Like they're archived. You guys, if somebody ever gets into my Instagram, they're going to see shit from like 500 years ago.
Oh, I get a lot of DMs.
Yeah, I can't keep up with that. And Jason's like, no. So he exited, and then I exited right after because I got a notification, and then I get a text message that said that was aggressive. And I'm like, it's not. It's not aggressive. It's just unnecessary. It was for April. It was for a trip. We did the trip. The trip is over. We don't have to be.
So you're like, I'm done with this group chat.
Yes. I can be done with the group chat. I think that's okay. But other
Some
than
people
that,
are really offended by that.
I think, listen, I don't have time for that. Like, I can't, that's not me being offensive. Me being offensive is being like, goff. But I'm not saying that. I'm just simply removing myself from a chat that I don't need to partake in if that is not, transpiring anymore. I think that's okay.
To the choir, because the notification, I literally have most of my notifications off. And then when I go live, I make sure like this doesn't vibrate because it will irk me. And I'm just like, and some of the people that I love dearly, like I'm cursing in my head. I'm just like, just send it all in one text. Why am I getting multiple texts? Stop it.
Another thing that I get, and sometimes this drives me crazy, and I'm not trying to out anybody on this or whatever, but if I get people, I would way rather have a long ass message that has all of the information in it when I'm sitting in the bathtub and I can just like read through it and understand, process, because that's when I like check my DMs. And sometimes I get people who will send me like 10 to 12 voice memos that are like a minute long. And I'm like, I can't sit here and go through. And then the worst part is if it's like, hey, Adam, how are you? Oh my God, sorry, 1 second. The doorbell just rang. I'm like, I don't have to be a part of that.
Wow.
Let's just get to the point. Like, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Like, let's talk about it. How's the family? Let's catch up next week.
How is the family?
My family?
Yes.
Turmoil.
Oh, damn.
I mean, tomorrow's Veterans Day, so we have this wedding. Pops is at the house right now. Pops has like 7 small children under the age of 8 running around the house right now, so I'm sure he's probably ready to pull out whatever hair he has left. And then going into the wedding, actually, no, Pops is having a pamper day today. He's going to get his nails and feet done.
I know that's right.
I forgot about that. He's getting his eyebrows done. His nails, his feet, he's getting all wedding ready. He's like, I'm gonna meet me a 20-something-year-old woman. And I'm like, here we go.
This is why you get in trouble.
Yes, and every single time I see him, it's like we haven't had the conversation all over again. He's like, you kicked me off YouTube.
Oh.
Yes, I did.
Yes, this is why you guys need to be on Housewives, because that would be like his big gripe with you.
I'm going to think of a tagline by the end of this for him. I'm going to just get like no regrets tattooed on my arm. And every time he says that, I'm just going to show him. But no, the family's good. Family's good, But we're going to have to steal you down here once. Have you been to Florida?
I have lots of family in Florida.
What part?
Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Miami.
Oh, like all over. So you're
I probably need to send them a text. Everything good?
Yeah. I mean, it definitely wasn't like this last hurricane that wiped Fort Myers out. I think it's just... The funny thing is the wedding that we're going to on Saturday is on the beach, and the beach that it's on, literally, I was looking at it yesterday and it was just like wiped away. And I'm like, oh,
damn.
Well, this is going to be interesting. So we'll see how this is going to go. But to get back to it really quick, did you think that Jen's reaction to Angie H and holding her accountable for her husband's actions and being on Instagram, do you think that was warranted or no?
Well, here's the thing. Like, I feel like it's warranted that she would be upset, but it felt a little put on. It felt a little over the top. And yes, I know we're talking about Jen Shah, but for me to feel like she's going over the top, it feels produced, it feels fake, says to me that it was fake for Jen, because I've seen her be really angry. And I was just like, this doesn't feel genuine. And it feels like, have you moved on? I can understand why you wouldn't want to see her, but this whole like, it's connected with my name. Okay, like I get it. You have every right to be upset, but just with the theatrics right now, okay.
So you felt like that was a little bit more TV time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Even though I
And
do think she has a right to be upset. It just felt like, whoa, this reaction right now.
I felt like in that moment she had a right to be upset with Heather when she asked Heather about, or Angie asked about her husband, and she's like, "Is he a bad person?" Pretty much, and Heather's like, "No,
Yeah. Heather wants to be on that yacht.
what yacht?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Where is this yacht? You guys live in Salt
I've
Lake
seen pictures
City."
of them on a yacht. I don't know if it belongs to them. I don't
Jesus
know.
Christ, I can't keep up
Grown ass
with this.
man yacht.
I mean, but okay, okay. So now we have a new friendship forging with two people who are on two completely different journeys. We have Whitney, who is withdrawing herself from the church, and she said it's something like, "I don't want to be a Mormon anymore.com," whatever. And then you sign the paper, which Jason said that is completely sure there's a thing like that, but you can also just do this a more simple way. But
Oh.
we're watching TV, so it has to be theatrical and dramatic. And then we have Lisa Barlow, who's over here, and she's like, "I need to find the Lord again. I have to find the Lord, and I have to get my sanity back." What the hell is happening?
Do we believe that? I mean, part of me, because I always love to twerk on a fence, but like part of me believes that because I do feel like people when they hit a wall, they do turn to God sometimes.
Yeah.
And I felt like, okay, that could be real, but it just feels like, okay, no, maybe this is her story for the season, and it's just not landing. I don't think people really care.
I don't think there is one story like I'm not buying, and I hate to say this, I'm not buying I'm buying two storylines this season. One, the fact that Meredith wants nothing to do with Lisa Barlow.
Mm,
Hot mic moment. I
mhm.
get that. I mean, you literally trashed her name, her family, everything in between. And if she was that pissed off at Jen Shah for a tweet about Brooks, then yeah, she's going to be mad at you for a hot mic moment. And two, Jen and obviously the trial. Those are the only two storylines I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I agree with the Meredith and Lisa situation. The only real thing that's happening this season is Jen Shaw is going to jail and they're ignoring it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great that we see Heather Gay opening up a new spot. I think that's incredible. I think it's like inspiring for other people who might want to, start businesses. And anyone who has gone into business knows it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a business person. You have to manage people, contracts, time. Then, of course, they're injecting lips and stuff. So then you have like liabilities, you have insurance, get the lips, but
It's a
do
lot of
you?
work. It's a lot of
Yeah.
work, but she's making a lot of money from it too. So good for her.
Well, she has to. She is making a lot of money, so I'm wondering what we're doing with the house.
With the house.
Yeah, I'm seeing the kitchen. I'm seeing it's kind of a tight space. She's making a
Oh,
lot of money.
you mean her? I was like, wait a second, the house. You don't like her house?
I feel like we're making a lot of money right now.
Hmm.
So then I see Whitney go over to Heather's house, and I see her walk down this like really tight kind of hallway into this. No, and it's not like disrespect anything like
No,
that because
I didn't think because you're right. Because I was, are we in a new place? Because it seemed different.
I think it's the same place. And I can say this because I live in like a one-car garage. My place is like tiny. I live in a shoebox, a little roach's nest over here. Okay.
Oh.
So no, it's not a roach's nest, but like it's tiny. So I'm just looking at it and I'm like, damn, if you get your act together and you get this book out, you have a book deal. This is your third season on the show. You have a booming business that's worth a couple $1,000,000, maybe even over $10 million. I forgot. I read it somewhere.
Mm.
You're doing the damn thing. But maybe she's like, she might also
Buying cars
sometimes,
for your partner.
yeah.
I
Sometimes,
agree. I mean, Meredith's rentals look so much better.
well, I think what it is too, I feel like, so Lisa Barlow, we know this for a fact. The house that we see on the show is not her real house.
Oh.
Angie K, that was her real house. I think Heather is the only one who shows her real house on the show because Meredith is renting because when she's not filming, she's like not in Salt Lake City. Jen Shah is renting. We know that. She's always been renting on the show. Where is Mary Cosby's green carpet?
See, at least Mary filmed in her closet, her real closet.
It was her real closet.
Paradise.
It was her real closet. Also, there was another thing that kind of, it's not that it bothered me. It's just, it's not so entertaining to me. And I feel like we're missing the mark in these franchises. That's why I'm loving Potomac so far. And I'm really hopeful for New Jersey and Miami.
Mm.
It's like Beverly Hills got so dark and ridiculous and just like dramatic for no reason. Like, guys, I have to talk about it or I'm going to get cancer. It's like, girl, you sound so stupid. And I hate that word stupid, but that was a very stupid statement and ignorant to people who have had cancer. I didn't like it.
Irresponsible too.
Yeah, and irresponsible. And so that was so heavy. And then we're going over here and we're like, who wants to be a part of my choir? I'm like, guys, we need a happy medium. They say, like, I'm going to compare this. I'm going to give you a food analogy. They say everything in moderation. We're having extremes here, and I need something.
Yeah, it's so funny because like on Twitter, like you'll see random conversations. You won't just see the people that you're following. So I'll see people that are talking about Salt Lake City, and I do see the sector of people that I don't know what people are talking about. Salt Lake City this season's amazing. And I'm thinking to myself, I've been watching Salt Lake City since the beginning, and I've been a big advocate for the show, and I'm not loving what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, honestly, I felt like season 1 and 2 were better than season 3 so far.
Yeah. And what episode are we on? Episode 7?
7.
I hope it's not a long season.
No, and then we're going to San Diego, and we know, like, for the preview next week, this is where Dana comes in, and Dana's going to. This is another reason why she does not make a great housewife. And I'm going to flop around here for a second. But the preview, guys, for next week shows where Dana is talking about how she doesn't necessarily like the way that Jen reacted and yelled at Angie. She thought that Jen is sort of a mean girl, right? You had your moment.
Sure.
Instead of talking about it behind the scenes, Angie K and Dana, they missed the bar. Like, the cameras are in your face. You don't like the way she's talking? Tell her, hey, we're adults. Lower your octave. Get your shit in check. But you didn't do that.
Or do it in a more dramatic way. Like, bitch, be quiet. Something.
Like,
something.
She who shall not be named, who got herself canceled off the show, she even remember when she told Mary Cosby, shut up, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's like, at least it landed. We were like, oh, here she comes. She's a firecracker.
Yeah.
This is just like when they throw one of those little poppers on the ground and they don't pop. We got 2 non-poppers.
Whatever happened to Utah's homegirl? The black woman that they were considering. Did they just edit her out completely?
Did she ever film?
I believe so. At least something on one of the trips she was with all of them. So I was like, where is she? I guess maybe they edited her out.
She must not have tested well. But honestly, they have to be desperate.
These ladies did.
I mean, Dana and Angie K, that is what we have to work with. I think Angie K landed because she has money and a lifestyle, but that's not enough anymore. Because then we have somebody like, like Brandi Glanville or like some of the, like Leah McSweeney, who I didn't love Leah, but she didn't have necessarily the lifestyle, but she could still get in there in the thick of the drama before she got sober, and then she got kind of boring. Sorry.
I think they were with Leah. I think they were trying to do another Bethany.
Yeah, we also can't do that. Like, I just want to go knock on Bravo headquarters. I want to go talk to Andy. I feel like Andy does not love us, but that's okay. I want to go just like knock on the headquarters and be like, guys, I'm calling a board meeting. Okay. We need to talk about casting and things that are not landing. We're not going to get.
You can just tell them here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're probably watching. We're not getting another Bethany. We're not getting another Nene. We're not getting another LVP. We sort of got somebody who might have just been as kooky as Ramona or even more kooky, who would be Mary Cosby. But even you guys that up. So now we lost her. The best thing that happened to Salt Lake City. Damn. And even in my conversation with Jen, which I thought was interesting, because when Jen changed her plea, Mary Cosby said, like, she tweeted out, and this is not verbatim, but it was something like, the Lord did his work today or something like that. And she like put something out there. And when I was sitting there eating dinner with Jen, when we were doing the interview or after the interview, she was telling me how much she loved Mary, how great Mary was for TV. She's like, whether you like her or not, she says some outlandish stuff. She is reality TV gold.
Yeah. She's just a natural. She's just quirky. She's just herself. She's not really trying to put on for television.
Right. And that's the perfect housewife to have. It's the housewives, like, and no offense, and Lisa Barlow, thank you so much for when I was in Salt Lake City and you sent me the Vita tequila and it was really good and we drank all of it. And thank you.
Oh, not all of it.
Listen, this was like in February. Do you think a bottle of tequila is going to last in this house until November?
It will last forever in mine.
No. Well, see, next time we'll just send it to your house. That way we can preserve it. But it was the only place I could find it was at my hotel lobby because it was sent to me. So I appreciated it.
Wait, that's the only place you could find it. Look, I caught that shade.
I went everywhere, and then I look like this like obsessed, deranged Salt Lake City fan because I'm like this tourist in Salt Lake City, and I'm like, "Hi guys, welcome." They're like, "Welcome to the Burger Shack," and I'm like, "Oh, you guys have a full bar? That's great." And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Do you guys have Vita Tequila?" And they're like, "Oh, you watched the show? No, we don't have that." And I'm like,
But you saw in this episode, they go to this particular restaurant and they had Vita.
I think what's happening here, because I feel like I can read through it. Last year with the caterer, last year with like the having Cameron show up or whatever, you know what I mean? Having the caterers come up to the table when she's sitting there talking to Whitney. And then this year, I feel like Lisa Barlow is trying to put on a producer's cap at the same time, which also leads me to believe if they're going to go out somewhere, she's going to make sure that they hold Vita Tequila. And if they don't have it in stock, I feel like she's going to send her assistant to drop the bottle off. That way, when she orders it, they can bring over a Vita Tequila cocktail and she can say, listen, it's because it's for filming.
And then she's also saying in her confessional this week, oh, and I don't even pay him. Really, girl? Like, we don't believe it. We don't believe it. It is hard to find, though. Why is it so hard to find, Lisa?
And it's been out for a long time.
How long?
I think it's like 8 or 10 years. She was one of the first female owners of a tequila brand.
Wow. And for people not, come on, Lisa, especially right now that she's on such a platform, it shouldn't be this hard to find. She should be making it readily available.
I agree. I mean, if I feel like I go to Starbucks and I have Skinny Girl margarita like shoved down my face, like right down my throat. It's like right there. It's Skinny Girl popcorn.
Starbucks?
I mean, not really, but it's right across the street at CVS. So it's everywhere. That's my point. Is like
I didn't know. I thought maybe. And don't certain Starbucks do serve alcohol?
Maybe. I don't know. I was surprised because when I went to Nashville, they had a Taco Bell that served Tito's slushies. And I was like,
oh,
what is this? Like quesadillas, tacos, and slushies that have vodka? Okay. Listen, I'll try anything once. You don't have to pull my leg. All right. Getting back into it, I did want to ask you another thing. Guys, Kempire has some stuff to do, and he's also going live right after this at 12 p.m. Eastern, right?
12:30.
12:30 p.m. Eastern. 9:30 a.m. Pacific for all of you guys on the West Coast who did not have Hurricane Nicole. I want to ask, because when you're in a relationship, you know, there's things that go up and down, and you have each other to support each other, and there's sometimes usually a breadwinner, and things can change. Obviously, nobody expected the pandemic. People lost a lot of jobs, and then that couldn't have been foreseen. However, a cringy sex scene that made you lose your job probably could have been. Now,
it wasn't a sex scene. Come on.
What?
It wasn't a sex scene.
It wasn't a sex scene. It was just it
was weird to put on television. And then this week we get another weird moment with Meredith and Seth in the tub. I don't need that. And even the way that Meredith was looking at him and all, see, look at the
and he's like, your foot is on my taint.
I didn't even know guys have taint. Your toe is up my booty.
I didn't know that. I need to go back to sex ed because I didn't know. Like,
no, you do not need to go back.
Oh, I'm gonna take an online course here. But no, I mean, the scene was cringy, and my thing is, if we're gonna have some like little hot and misty, you know, sort of situations, I want to see like one of the, and no shade, Justin, he was super nice at BravoCon. Hi, Justin. Whitney was very sweet as well. He was rubbing her feet. She was walking around all day. She was doing the damn thing. I'm sending you all the best. But I want to see, like, do you remember how hot Catherine Edwards' husband was from Beverly Hills, like the ex-football player?
Yeah.
He was super hot. Like, Joe Gorga still has it a little bit. Like, there are some husbands, like, if we're going to see a scene in, like, a hot tub or...
Right? You know? Good point. I don't want to see that.
I want to see, you know, like, everybody's beautiful in their own way. But if I'm going to get your body shoved in my face and, like, this interaction, this chemistry, I don't want to be like...
Here's the thing, though. We don't even see their bodies. It's just the conversation and the way that she's looking at him and what he's saying, because he's just strange. It's just like, what?
Oh, I don't find that. See, Meredith and Seth, I don't find to be cringe. I thought the dancing around with the on the butt and all of that with the
too.
That I felt cringe. But like the bathtub thing, I'm like, okay, you guys are having an interesting conversation. He's calling you out for towing his butt. Okay. Like,
We
I
didn't
mean,
need it, and it was in producers, editors. It just made no sense to go from this audition. Now we're completely gone from the audition. We don't even know how the audition like ends, and here we are. It was weird. It was like a weird edit to me.
yeah, I think what they're doing is they're grasping for straws. I feel like they don't have the content.
But they do, because then when they flash back to like three 3 years before with that scene with Heather, at when they were renovating, I was like, oh my gosh, they have so much content. They are one of the rare cities that flashes back to stuff that we were like, when was this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
mean,
think they don't have it.
Tess, I don't know.
You know what?
I haven't tried that, Tess. So thank you for asking, though. That's very considerate of you, and I really appreciate that. All right. So last question for you. This situation, who do you think was more in the right and more in the wrong? I found out before the season started that we were going to have a situation with bad weather. Now, Whitney went throughout this season, and you guys will figure this out as the season goes. But what happened was, to give you guys a little bit of like, okay, Whitney was telling all of the ladies that her and Heather were on a friendship break. She was telling all of the ladies this. So they were all very uncomfortable. And they didn't figure out until the finale that Heather Gay was not even privy to the fact that they were on a friendship break. She didn't even know about it. So she is going to watch this season and see where Whitney's telling everybody that they're on a friendship break. And Heather's going to be like, what the f is actually going on? So that's why this one twosome became two onesomes. And then we stick them on Ultimate Girls Trip, and boom, here we have it. But then if you guys saw the BravoCon panel for Salt Lake City, if you guys go back and watch, they're talking and the moderator's asking them, what about the friendship? And Whitney's like, when we were friends last season, and Heather Gay stopped her and she's like, stop. That's the problem. I live my friendships day by day, and it's real life to me. I don't do my friendships by seasons of a TV show. And I was like, oh, damn, Whitney, you might want to back down from this one. Heather just shut you down, friend.
But it's clear what Whitney wants to do here. I think Whitney, no matter family, friends, she's trying to secure her spot. She's trying to do what some of these other housewives have done, build a brand, become a star. You can see she's grasping at straws this season. She's trying to make things happen, and it's falling flat because we're catching her in lies. We're catching her in exaggerations. It's like, Whitney, I think a lot of people are over Whitney more than Heather, even though there are some people that are like, Heather, you were wrong here. But Whitney, oh no, girl, sit down.
Shut. All right. Well, again, I know you have a lot going on today, so I have two last questions to end us off. What do you think the longevity as far as seasons is for this show?
Have we seen the ratings for last night's episode yet? That's a good question, because I feel like they have a lot of potential, and I feel like their first two seasons started off really strong. This season is saying to me that, next season, if they don't find like a strong enough character, who knows if they'll get the only reason why they'll get a season 4 is because Andy Cohen and because of the strength of the Real Housewives franchise on the network. But I don't know if they deserve one based off what we're getting so far this season. It's falling flat. And then Jen Shah is going to jail. Sorry, Jen.
I think I'm honestly giving it 5 seasons.
Okay. That makes sense.
I think that we'll have like a new character, and I think that they can still do a season 4, because people have to remember too, when Jen goes through her sentencing, which of course falls on Meredith's birthday, and I'm sure Meredith is not thrilled about that, but nobody can control that. Once you get sentenced, like we saw with the Giudices, you still get like sort of a time, because if the judge looks at you like you're not a flight risk, which they're not going to look at Jen as a flight risk, they've already said that, they're going to be like, okay, we're going to give you X amount of time to kind of collect your thoughts, to be with your family, because we know that you're going to spend X amount of time away from them. So I feel like that will give either time for her to do, I don't know if the network will have her do cameos, or if they'll just dead it and not have her back. Based off of the way that they treated her with BravoCon, I don't know what they're going to do.
And if she's going to even be at the reunion. So then there's that part.
Yeah, which I think it's so stupid in my mind. And they learned nothing from season 2, not having Mary Cosby not going to the reunion, which we were missing a huge key player. And I just thought that the reunion was lackluster because of that. If they make the decision to actually not have Jen Shah, who obviously so far is really the only one bringing actual drama based off of her trial and stuff like that. That is, but you're still airing her on your show.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me. I don't get it.
Especially when the season so far already is struggling. You need at least this just a finalization. But if she doesn't show up at the reunion, I doubt they're going to have her film a season 4.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. And my last question for you is, do you think Dana will be a formidable opponent for Miss Shah?
Just based off the clips, it seems so. I'm just not sure. I can't base it off the clips. I have to see it play out. But based on what we've gotten from her so far, I'm not sold. I'm not sold on any of the friend does.
Yeah.
Like the super chat. Kempire, why do you always hate on Angie Harrington? Angie Harrington's not that important for me to hate her.
Ebony, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for
the she's not that important for me to hate her or have any feeling towards her. I mean, based on what we've gotten from her, I think the audience hates her, not me.
Oh, hate is
it's a strong word. It means real feelings. I don't have feelings like that towards Angie. Could go. I could care less.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's how I feel too. Listen, I think that, and I always say this too, when I sit there and I talk shit about Teddy Mellencamp, I'm like, I don't think she's a bad mom or a bad person. I honestly don't care. I just think that she's bad on reality TV, and that's okay. I would be bad on reality TV, I think. So I think that maybe not. I might actually be great, but I think I would be bad. And my point is,
I'd be bad because I'm not telling you anything.
That's okay. Yeah, they'd be like, Kempire, you're in here for confessionals. We're going to have you for a 12-hour day. We need 3 outfit changes. And so, Kempire, what did you think? What was really going on behind your doors? You're going to be like, next question, press the button. You hear an elephant noise.
If I said it, you just never know how they're going to edit it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's really all of their biggest, like, pushback, their feedback. If you talk to any housewives, which you do, and you hear them and you interview them, they always say, like, they don't know what the edit's going to be. Like, they cringe because all of the conversations are manipulated into a storyline that the producers think will make sense for the viewers. And
it goes back to, you know, oh, stop blaming editing. Stop. No, we have seen literally in the last couple of years how editing can change, and where the lack of context will change the audience opinion of what you see. So we're basing everything on what we've seen, but there's so much more that we haven't seen.
Right. I mean, even if, guys, go back. There's a podcast that's #1 right now. It's called Back to the Beach with Kristen Cavallari and the guy Steven from Laguna Beach. They just had,
It's #1?
Yeah. Well, this particular episode pushed them up, but they had Lauren Conrad, who used to narrate the show, and they always pitted like all of them against each other. And Lauren came on and was just like, guys, we didn't hate each other. I always thought you guys were in love, and I thought it was so great. And I was always edited to make it look like I was so jealous. She's like, I didn't care. And then after we would film, we would go to Cabo and have parties together, and people would wonder, wait, you guys actually like each other? But she's like, I didn't know that it was going to be edited like that. And it just, that proves the point.
Wow.
I mean, you can't make somebody have a hot mic moment like Lisa Barlow. That's not edited in. That's just like a...
Wait, do I have that here?
Meredith can go f herself. I'm done with her because I'm not a f***ing whore.
Oh my God.
I always have to play it for myself because I'm like, no, that's pretty bad.
God. All right. Well, Kempire, we made it for 40 minutes. I know that you have some stuff to go watch, so I really appreciate the hell out of you for jumping on here with me and talking about Salt Lake City.
And I forgot to mention the last time that I was here, congrats on over 100K. I haven't been here since then.
Oh my God. Congrats on almost 200K.
Oh, thank you.
Listen, this whole YouTube thing, and I know that we started in 2 totally different places. I feel like you came from a corporate job, right?
Yeah.
So you came from like corporate America, and I started during a time where the whole world was shut down, and Jason was just like, stop watching women screaming at each other on the couch. And he's like, or make money off of it. And I was like, can I do that? And so it's just crazy. And people don't realize how much work and how much goes into it and how much you have to be on top of it. And really, I think my biggest problem is not working. I'm obsessed with it. My biggest problem is it's balance, like taking myself away from it. I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning because I drink like 11 of these a day, and I have to go pee or something. And then I get on my phone and I'm like looking at comments and stuff. And Jason will literally yell, no. And I'm like, okay.
I told you a long time ago. I mean, it's one thing because you want to engage with your audience. You want to respond to all the positivity because there's far more positivity than there is negativity. But if you go down the rabbit hole, then you will fall upon those comments that were like, "Oh, you're the worst person in the world. You're a hypocrite. You're biased." Again, I remind the audience, we are a commentary channels. We are not CNN. It's all going to be somewhat biased.
And even media outlets like Fox News and that kind of shit, they're also
Yeah.
biased.
Like they've leaned into being more opinionated versus just giving journalistic, information. So I get it. Look, people have the right. This is America. Everyone has a right to their opinion. But I just reposted on Twitter about Aaron Carter in an interview that he did with Entertainment Tonight and some of the terrible things that fans, social media were saying to him. And it's just a reminder that people, before you decide to post that comment that might be nasty and hateful, just think about that and not post it, or just post it to yourself. There's no I never will understand the mentality where people will be in these housewives comments, these celebrities comments, where they're just dogging them or threatening their lives. I'm like, I don't get it. I will never understand it. Be kinder.
Do you know, real quick before you go, I was receiving like a chain of emails to my personal email. And I don't know, well, it's posted on my YouTube channel, but it was like, I hope you like take your own life, and you like just really, really aggressive, nasty. And me, I'm not tech savvy. Jason traced the IP address, figured out exactly who it was. And it's like a third cousin of mine from Alabama.
What?
And so
see, it will be your
but I've never met them. I've never met them. I don't even know who it's like, it's not technically my cousin. It's my cousin's new husband, something like that. I've never met this person, nothing, but I just simply responded with their address, their full name, and all of their social media. And I said, I know exactly who you are, unless you want me to blast you out with all of these messages, and then you'll be the one receiving these hate messages, not me. Then I would stop emailing me immediately. And I never received another email, but people don't expect to be caught.
Was that recent?
It was like 4 months ago.
Oh, that's recent.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
I know who to call next time I need someone to track someone. I'm calling Jason.
Oh, Jason, like if somebody sends me an awful email or like a DM or something like that from a fake account, Jason is like, he's on it. He's like, this person lives in, South Dakota in this area at this address, and this is their full name of the owner that owns the house. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And he's like, got it.
Don't cross Jason.
Yes.
That being said.
So don't send me mean messages or Kempire, guys, because Jason is like...
They can send me mean messages. I'm not reading them.
He's Inspector Gadget, I guess. But all right, Kempire, you have some shit to watch. We know that. So thank you again. Hopefully you guys don't get any hurricanes up there. But yes, everybody's safe. And Kempire, next time we talk, you'll be at 200K. So I'm going to give you a pre-congratulations before we get without the congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And congrats on everything.
Thank you. Wait, when do the next one of these come? Is that 500 or is that 1 million?
I wish it was 500,000. No, it's 1 million.
Oh, okay.
You can do something about that. Come on.
Yeah, there has to be like
be a milestone.
Even if it's like
250,000 should be a milestone.
Yeah, I think it's 100. It's 100, 1 million, and 10 million, right?
Yep.
And the 10 million's the diamond one.
Yeah. One day.
One day. All right, guys. Kempire, thank you so much. I'm gonna drop you down, and we will see you at 12:30 on your own live. Bye, Kempire. All right, guys. On top of that, thank you, Ebony, for the super chat. I pinned it in the live chat. We have our premiere of our video version with Sheena Shea from Vanderpump Rules on Hot Messy Podcast on YouTube. So make sure to go over there because it's a great conversation. The video version is so much fun. And then tomorrow we have a new episode of Hot Messy Podcast dropping anywhere you get your podcast. It's with one of the former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and you guys are absolutely going to love the conversation. But right now, let's head over to Hot Messy Podcast on YouTube, smash the like button, set the notifications, and join Jason and I in the live chat at 1 p.m. Eastern. And go to Hot Messy Podcast on YouTube and subscribe. We always have fun polls. We're going to have fun behind the scenes, videos, you name it. We got it. I love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Oh, thank you to all the mods, super chats, super stickers, and thank you to everybody joining us. And anybody who was affected by Hurricane Nicole, please stay safe. Sending you all the best. Bye. Love